OK, let's look ahead to that game and the rest of the night's Champions League action with our European football expert, Dougie Critchley. Just one English side in action at this point of the competition and just one English side playing this evening in the former Newcastle. Go to Azerbaijan, take on Qarabag. We know plenty about them. Eddie Howe's side will be favourites to progress across the two legs, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. Although they do have a very long, daunting trip ahead of them, at least in terms of travel. Over 2,500 miles to go. It's the furthest an English side has ever had to play away in the competition in the knockout phase. That's going to be a challenge. Qarabag shouldn't be underestimated. This is a side that drew 2-2 against Chelsea in early November. They beat Frankfurt, they beat Benfica. But Newcastle, definitely the strong favourites in this one. Got that very commendable draw against PSG in match day 8 of the league phase, beat the likes of Atletico, PSV, etc. And given the fact they are through in the FA Cup now, but they've drawn Man City, who recently beat them 5-1 in the Carabao Cup, they'll be hoping that the Champions League can form the best part of their season, because it's been a challenging league campaign. They go into this without Bruno Guimaraes, Fabian Schär, Livramento, Joe Linton, so they are injury affected. But you surely got to make them favour against the Qarabag side that the Opta Power rankings rate as the worst ranked side left in the competition. And English sides have a fantastic record against sides from Azerbaijan in European competition. Played 9, won 8, drawn 1, that one draw against Chelsea, as I mentioned, in early November. So they shouldn't be underestimated, but Newcastle will be very, very disappointed if they don't make it through this tie.
And Newcastle just starting to find a bit of form, it feels. Absolutely. Let's get to the finalists last year, Inter Milan. They're battling to get into the last 16. They face Bodo Glimt this evening. And that victory for Bodo against Manchester City in the league phase will really have Inter on red alert.
Absolutely, yeah. So Bodo's league season, given the fact it's in Norway, they don't want to play over the winter period. It doesn't actually start again till March. But they've played 2 competitive fixtures in 2026 so far, both in the Champions League. Beat Man City, beat Atletico Madrid. So they really shouldn't be underestimated. And then Jens Peter Højgaard used to play for AC Milan and Frankfurt. There is quality there as well. And this is their last 3 results in the Champions League as well. A draw away at the Westfalenstadion. And as I said, victories over Man City and Atletico Madrid. And this is the thing that Kjetil Knutsen, their manager, who was appointed in 2018, has made a bit of a speciality. He's won 4 league titles with Bodo. He's beaten the likes of Roma and FC Porto, and last year Lazio on the way to the Europa League semi-finals. But this is a huge test for them coming up against an Inter Milan side whose 2 of their last 3 defeats in the Champions League knockouts have come in the final against Man City in 2023 and that thrashing at the hands of PSG last year in the final as well. They're doing great shakes in Serie A, 6 games in a row that they've won there, 13 unbeaten. They're now 8 points clear of second place, although Milan do have a game in hand. So Inter Milan, strong favourites for this one, but do not sleep on Bodo Glimt.
We see Atletico Madrid beaten in the last game of the group stage there. They take on Club Brugge tonight. Club Brugge, the home side in this first leg. And they were really good at home in the league phase. They got that 3-3 draw against Barcelona, didn't they? Yeah,
absolutely. That was a brilliant result. They also beat Monaco and Kairat Almaty 4-1. They beat Marseille 3-0. That meant Marseille didn't make it through to this phase. Instead, Benfica did. So there's definitely threats to worry about. If you want entertainment, this is probably the game to watch, which is not what you traditionally think about Atletico Madrid, but they didn't keep a clean sheet in any of their 8 La Liga, 8 Champions League games, I should say. As for Club Brugge, they scored 15 and conceded 17 in 8 games. So there are threats in terms of Hans van Aken and Zolis going forward, but they have been shaky at the back. Atletico Madrid, really weird season, let's say, for them so far. They're 4th in La Liga, 15 points behind Real Madrid. Last week, they beat Barcelona 4-0 in the first leg of their Copa del Rey semi-final, but then at the weekend, they lost 3-0 against Rayo Vallecano. So it feels like Diego Simeone, who's been in charge there since December 2011, won 2 league titles, won 2 Europa Leagues, reached 2 Champions League finals. He's under pressure. So if this tie goes against him, I think noise might start to increase around sort of speculation around whether the Atletico Madrid might look to change manager in the summer.
OK, you say that's going to be entertaining. Try and get us up for Olympiacos against Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, this is maybe the sort of least entertaining-looking tie of the lot, but Olympiacos did play against Bayer Leverkusen in match day 7. They beat them 2-0 with less than 30% possession. Mehdi Taremi, Alkabi always provide entertainment. Daniel Podence, who used to play for Wolves, tricky winger. Bayer Leverkusen, given where they were a couple of years ago, winning the league and DFB Pokal, unbeaten under Xabi Alonso, they'll be slightly disappointed to be 6th in the Bundesliga, but they did lose so much quality in the summer. Xhaka, Frimpong, Tah, Radetzky, etc. I do make Bayer Leverkusen favourites in this one, but Olympiacos won the Conference League a few years ago and shouldn't be underestimated. But Bayer Leverkusen to go through if I had to make a prediction.
Dougie, thank you very much. Big night ahead for Newcastle then.